outer reaches of the Arctic. This hardcore crew
This is where it gets bad.
battle deadly ice
Can't see so well, the ice really affects the brakes.
and mountains of snow
You're constantly fighting against snow buildup.
to keep a crucial supply route open. The Ontario Northland Railway.
Keep that freight moving. She's got to roll.
If the trains can't make it north,
Any day can bring any kind of problem.
the communities here may not survive.
The train is vital for them. There is no road.
This time, freezing passengers
I am a little concerned.
and Hot Wheels
All kinds of surprises today.
threaten to leave the Polar Bear Express stranded in the wilderness.
An emergency situation has come up.
Oh.
One of Canada's most extreme stretches of railroad, the Ontario Northland Railway, was built almost 120 years ago. It connects remote stations and far-flung communities.
Oh, the train is essential to bringing their food, building supplies, heating oil, gasoline.
Almost 100 towns and villages are connected by one of the world's most northerly rail networks. From Moosonee, down through the freight hub of Cochrane, branches spider out across Ontario to towns such as Iroquois Falls, Hearst, and Timmins. The line extends as far south as North Bay.
It's vital to the whole north up there.
They can't get in and out. They depend on it.
But in one of the harshest environments on Earth, it takes a dedicated team
You want me to kill that breaker?
to keep this railroad running. The railroad not only ships crucial cargo, but also runs one of the world's northernmost passenger train services, the Polar Bear Express. This passenger service has been in operation since 1964. It's one of the world's last remaining train services which passengers can actually flag down to stop. Vital for those living off-grid in the wilderness here. It also carries essential fuel supplies, cabin building materials, and machinery to the off-gridders, keeping them supplied throughout the harsh winters.
People rely on this train daily to get back and forth because it may be the only means of transportation available.
Today, railroad crew at Cochrane Station race to prepare the Polar Bear Express for one of their busiest days of the year. Dozens of people from the First Nations are arriving at the station, ready to head north to Moosonee for an annual celebration known as a powwow. Indigenous communities of North America traditionally gather each year for festivals of music, dancing, and honoring the traditions of their ancestors.
It's very important for building connections between people, as well as the language. Our drum group's the only drum group in Canada that sings this Cree dialect.
The Cree is one of the largest First Nations in North America.
I think this is the 16th or 17th annual powwow. It's super important. It's a big part of our history.
Cara Miller grew up in the Moose Cree community, but now lives south on the edge of the Great Lakes.
I was invited up to be the youth head dancer.
Cara's connection with the Polar Bear Express runs deep. Her mum, June, runs the railroad's ticket office up in Moosonee.
Good afternoon, Ontario Northland. Life here is quite different from city living, definitely. The community really pulls together. This has just always been home for me.
I've been taking the train since I was a baby. It's definitely nice having this train to be able to go back home.
Today, the Polar Bear Express team must set out from Cochrane with 6 passenger cars bound for the powwow and 6 extra fully loaded freight cars. It's a 6-hour journey north through a major snowstorm, predicted later today. A breakdown here would mean a perilously long wait for help. The train is often the only way in or out of the frozen town of Moosonee. Once the train leaves the station, it's on its own in the frozen wilderness. If it breaks down, the passengers and crew could be in danger.
Does a 500-mile, basically round trip every day. You got to keep it up, keep it going, so the people get there, get back safely. There's usually a few hundred people on here, and you can't have anything going wrong. Nobody's coming to help you.
Each Polar Bear Express car can carry around 50 passengers. And the heating system keeps them at a steady 22 degrees Celsius. Each coach carries over 1,000 litres of water for the bathrooms and can expect to cover more than 4 million kilometres in the course of its 25-year lifespan. The train today will be put to the ultimate test. A massive snowstorm is forecast to hit the northern section of the line. So it's critical the passenger cars are thoroughly inspected.
Everything has to be tip-top before it even leaves the terminal here in Cochrane.
Any faults and the Polar Bear Express is going nowhere. This critical job falls to carman Jim Beaton.
Check this. It's working.
And his apprentice, Pat St. Amant.
If it's pulled out, it's got to be replaced, taken out. It's a big job.
Jim has a long checklist.
From the seats to the toilet, make sure the heating's working, windows, emergency appliances. It's something different every day. There's always a challenge.
The carriage heating system is critical to keep passengers alive in the subarctic wilderness.
The MCC room for your powers, all your blowers, your fans, your doors.
If the heat inside the train breaks, there could be people freezing. Being stuck outside in -40 temperatures could be life-threatening, and it's very important that it doesn't happen to keep people safe.
So we'll check the underneath now. Very critical. It's hard work. It's very cold work, especially right now. It's -40 outside. It can get challenging, but we dress for it. We're used to it, so we get it done. These are filters in here. Yeah. They build up with snow. Make sure this is clear.
For newbie Pat, it's a massive learning curve, with thousands of components on each passenger car.
That works.
When do we change out the brake shoes?
When these get down to about 3/8, these come off right away. It's critical. You got to have brakes, so usually we change them about every 2 days, 3 days. They're gone. They're off. The wheels is the biggest thing. Make sure there's no problems with the wheels. We're gonna chip all this ice out right here. Make sure this is all clear. In here. If that's not chipped, your brake won't work. So that's all got to come out of there.
Hello, Dave. Yep. Grab the manifest.
Yep.
Looking after the passengers today is Conductor Tyler O'Grady.
We were a little late this morning. Everything was froze up with the cold.
It takes 4 hours to de-ice around 50 wheels. Finally, the train is checked and ready to roll.
That's it. Let's go.
Jim and Pat can let the passengers board.
We can't have anything go wrong with the train on the way up or the way back. There's people traveling in both directions, and they have to get there.
Okay to go.
The Polar Bear Express can finally pull out of Cochrane, bound for Moosonee, hauling 6 passenger cars and 6 extra freight cars filled with essential supplies for the northern communities.
Yeah, I'll get your ticket, please. Moosonee, thank you.
Tyler started on the railroad straight out of school, aged just 18. For him, this is a career for life.
I come from a railroading family. My father was an engineman here for close to 34 years or so. Sometimes he'd take me on the freight train and in the engine and that. So I've experienced it at a young age.
Only 175 more miles to go.
Taking the wheel for the 6-hour journey north are engineers Jerry Miller and Sheldon Renault. Jerry is a true veteran of the railroad with 35 years of experience under his belt.
I have to do 36 years to get my pension, so I go 1 more year, so potentially I'll be done next March.
Sheldon is a relative newbie by Jerry's standards.
I've only got about 18 years in, so I've still got another 15 or so to go. A guy like Jerry working 35 years, he deserves to go home now, take his pension and go.
Three coaches back, in the baggage car, Tyler has one particularly special 4-legged passenger on board.
It's kind of cool right now. I'll adjust the heat after.
A blind American Cocker Spaniel called Maggie.
Oh, my name is Maggie. I am completely blind. I am friendly and gentle. Please approach me slowly. There you go. It's a blind dog today. A little furry friend there. We generally have at least 1 or 2 a trip.
Maggie's owner, Christine, is relying on Tyler to keep an eye on her for the 6-hour trek north.
Maggie's completely blind, so she is a very anxious dog as it is. And she's not used to being in her kennel, but she's a tough little girl.
The journey is smooth so far, but that could change. The train is heading into a region where a major snowstorm is forecast to hit later. So track inspection teams are out on the line, checking for potentially fatal defects. It's critical that they assess every inch of the track. The freezing conditions shrink the steel rails, twisting bolts and stretching joints until they snap. Track Inspector Pat Zagay is on patrol.
It's my job to inspect these turnout. Turnout is a switch. It's where the train decide to go one way or the other. I'll inspect the switch. This is to measure the gauge of the track. This is my tool that I use daily, and I rely on it. Make sure that everything's on standard.
The gauge of the track is the distance between the 2 rails. It's critical that all 1,000 kilometers of the Ontario Northland Railway have exactly the same gauge.
So the perfect track gauge is 56.5. Every 15 feet, you check your gauge.
Too wide, and the train wheels will slip in between the rails. Too narrow, and the wheels will jump the track, causing the train to derail.
So it's perfect gauge right now at the heel. Everything within standard. Then I'll throw the switch to make sure that she lines good. She's nice and tight.
Any misalignment in the point could force the wheels on one side of the train to split off, while the other side continues straight ahead, causing a derailment.
Bolts are there, good to go. Go to the next one.
The track team must complete their inspection before the storm makes it impossible to see the rails. There's still another 5 hours to Moosonee for the passengers and crew of the Polar Bear Express. Although it's -40 outside, They're being kept at a comfy 22 degrees by a sophisticated heating system. Conductor Tyler is keeping an eye on the temperature. It's down to him to keep everyone safe. But that's not the limit of his responsibilities.
Being a conductor, this job is a little different being on a passenger train. This passenger train has some freight cars. So one of my jobs is in the morning, I have to put the train together. So I go around the yard and I couple up different equipment, the passenger coaches. When you're on the road, if any issues come up, we're the ones that go and deal with them. Even though you're back here, you still have to be in charge of the train.
But in the baggage car, Maggie, the blind Cocker Spaniel, is not enjoying the ride.
I'm just adjusting the heat. It's a little cold back there, so I'll try and warm up the dog. It's howling.
But Tyler has a problem.
It's not kicking on now.
The heating system should be warming Maggie's car. But the temperature is dropping fast.
We have no heat in this coach. So we're just trying to fix the heat in this coach right now.
Tyler's conductor colleague, Tom Skinner, is fighting to fix the fault.
We're gonna play with it and see if we can get it working.
If he can't find a solution, the train passengers risk being stranded in the frozen wilderness.
Hello? We got no heat in coach 2, but I got nothing. I got no floor heat. I have 0 degrees. I can see people's breath in there.
Okay, thank you. And now we got no heat in the coach. Okay. And we got out on time. Left on time, we're not gonna get there that time. I'll go check the other side.
The heat is on Tom, but he's no electrician. It's beyond his skill to fix. And with temperatures expected to drop further, he needs help fast.
An emergency situation has come up if we can't get the heat going.
To the south, Railroad Track Inspector Dave Lallier is driving to work on the highway, heading to begin his shift. But the snowstorm is already causing chaos.
It's hard to see, even hard to see the road itself. What scares me the most is other drivers. They're driving like maniacs, even though the roads are like this, you know?
In northern Ontario, it's likely to snow 100 days of the year, often dumping over 3 meters of snow. Almost 30% of this country's car accidents occur on snowy or icy roads. And this is beginning to look like the highway to hell. The frozen road has become an ice rink.
It looks like something's happening there. Yeah, it looks like an accident. Well, they might let us through, I don't know.
Unable to stop, a freight truck has collided head-on with a pickup, smashing it to pieces.
Holy. Now they're gonna block off the roads. This is like, I don't know, this is stressing me out, especially you see an accident like that. You could clearly see it was a head-on collision. That could have been us. Like that just happened. That could have been us. If we would have been there, what, 10 minutes earlier?
Dave needs to get to the railroad tracks fast, so he can carry out his inspection before the storm makes it impossible to see the rails. The stricken Polar Bear Express has pulled to a stop so emergency engineers can board the train. They need to fix the heating fast. But first, they have to diagnose the fault.
It's strange, because this one on the last trip didn't have a problem.
After checking the circuits, the electricians may have found the problem.
Our sensors aren't working. The contactors are picking up, but the heat sensors aren't working right now.
Well, I'm happy that it wasn't some kind of false alarm and I was jumping the gun on something.
No.
Heat sensors around the cars should detect a drop in temperature. They send a signal to the thermostat, which controls the warmth in the cars. This sends electricity to the radiators that run along each side of the car at floor level and above, in the middle of the ceiling. These pump heat into the cars to keep passengers warm and safe in sub-zero temperatures. But with no heat sensors working, the system will not kick in and there will be no heat in the cars.
So one side is starting to heat up, but
it's a mystery. The electricians have no idea why the sensors are not working.
It doesn't sound like we're going to be able to get the heat fixed in this coach. Do we talk to the RTC and see what they want us to do here?
As the train crew fights the freeze, Inspector Dave has finally made it onto the tracks. He's on the hunt for broken rails and smashed joints that could derail the train.
Biggest fears are always derailments and anyone getting hurt. That's obviously the biggest fear. That's the main thing that we try to avoid. The snow and ice, obviously, can make the odds of these things happening bigger. That's what I'm scared of.
Dave is expecting a tough shift. Mother Nature is not on his side today.
When I see snow, I hate it. I used to love snow before this job, but now it's not pretty to me. They're calling for maybe 10 to 15, 20 centimeters from now till tomorrow morning. It's gonna get worse.
His high-rail truck rolls along the tracks on specially adapted steel wheels that keep the vehicle aligned and stop it slipping off the railroad.
These trucks don't handle crossings in snow too well, so if there's too much snow on a crossing, it will derail. It's not good. As the snow gets higher, I'm gonna have to slow down, because obviously I could derail.
But Dave has to go faster. The brutal blizzards could force him to cut short his inspection.
If there's a lot of snow, it's hard to do inspections, right? You can't see, you can't feel, you can't hear. A lot of the track inspection is hearing also. If there's a broken rail, it'll sound different or it might just hit really hard. Number one priority, avoid derailments, the safety of our customers, passengers, and the safety of my workers. It's the safety of everybody, right?